Live from Art Hooper Stadium on the campus of Nevada Union High School. Touchdown Productions, celebrating 16 years of local sports television, is proud to present Nevada Union Miner Football. Tonight, as we unwrap the 2012 preseason, your Nevada Union Miners take on the McQueen Lancers. It's opening night at Hooper Stadium, and all of the action starts right here, right now. It's your NorCal Game of the Week. The Nevada Union Miners open up the preseason at home this year, and for the third time in 3 years, it will be the McQueen Lancers who will give Nevada Union their first test of the season. Good evening, football fans, wherever you are across our worldwide audience. Jim Adams here with you tonight, the voice of Nevada Union Miner football, alongside me, back for another season, Paul Brown, and joining us on the sidelines, our rookie, Scott Hopper, our executive producer, director, Inside Commander 2, Gilbert M. Dominguez, and of course the rest of the Touchdown Production sports team. We are in place and ready for some football as we begin our 16th year of sports television in the foothills.
So true, Jim, so true. We're so ready for football here in the foothills, and there's nothing more exciting than the beginning of any high school football season. Hope springs eternal for all football teams, of course, and there's none more so than the Miners. And they're loaded with offense and defense and have been dedicated all summer. We're hoping to have an excellent season.
Well, you know, Paul, some good points there. As we know, the Miners really on a mission this year to win the section title. Very high expectations coming into what we call week 0. And after their return to the playoffs last year, and this game right here tonight will set the stage for what is to come. Let's introduce our new rookie on the field, our sideline reporter, Scott Hopper. Scott?
Guys, I appreciate that. Tonight is opening night out here on the field. It is a warm evening, but the sun is setting over the tree lines here at Hooper Stadium. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Scott. We appreciate it. So the preseason table is set. We're going to talk a little bit more about this game. Going to have a little talk with Dave Humphers in the Chalkboard Review. Be sure to watch these telecasts on NCTV, Comcast 11, and Sunlink 16, or on the web at nevadacountytv.org. And now your YouTube channel, Game of the Week. We've got the first kickoff of the year straight ahead. It's the Nevada Union Miners, the McQueen Lancers, the Northern California versus the Northern Nevada. Coming up next on the Touchdown Productions Sports Network.
Gold and silver are more important as a part of your investment portfolio more now than ever before. There's inflationary pressures. China alone could push the gold price more than double from $1,000 to $2,000 an ounce. Hi, my name is Jason Hommel, and welcome to the JH Mint. Here at the JH Mint, we have all sorts of gold and silver. We have about 200 ounces of gold. We have about 20,000 ounces of silver or more in stock. We also assay or scrap gold jewelry and placer gold, and we will be here for all of your gold and silver investing needs Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The Painter family's been feeding Nevada County football players and their families since 1959. October marks 52 years of service to our community. At SPD, you'll always find USDA choice beef and a full-service meat department, complete deli section, locally grown produce, and a post office. Everything you need that makes SPD so special. SPD Markets, hometown proud, where your neighbors shop.
Mike Bratton is the neighbor you can count on for your most important insurance decisions, 24 hours a day.
The first step begins with a phone call. Hi, I'm Mike Bratton, your good neighbor State Farm agent, and I look forward to hearing from you. Since 1984, my team and I have been educating clients and developing long-term relationships through personalized and professional guidance on their insurance programs. We will put you in the driver's seat and strive to enhance each encounter you have with us.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The Owl has been part of Mill Street for 132 years. The hand-carved Austrian cherrywood bar was built in 1880, and the food has become legendary with entrees including steak and prawns cooked to perfection. Pair your meal with a selection from their extensive wine list. Your host, Steve Graham, invites you to step back in time and enjoy a great meal with family and friends at the new Owl Grill and Saloon.
Here live at Nevada Union. Miners about ready to take on the McQueen Lancers tonight. The Nevada County, the Nevada County champion versus the Nevada State champion. So a great contest for us here tonight. We had a chance to talk with Dave Humphers prior to the game to get a preview of tonight's contest. Welcome to Coach's Chalkboard tonight. The Nevada Union Miners, their first game of the season against perennial powerhouse from Reno, Nevada, McQueen. We're here tonight with Coach Dave Humphers. Dave, from all looks of things, a pretty good squad this year for Nevada Union.
Well, thank you. You know, they got to prove it on the field. So, but tonight's our first game. Our team is really, really excited. They've worked hard for a long, long time. And this is the culmination of months and months of work, and you just see the kids are giddy with excitement.
Fairly balanced offense and defense for the Miners this season. Strong on offense and just about as strong on defense. Is that a good analysis of it?
That's what we hope, and that's what we've been working toward. We're real pleased that we've got key players back at the right positions. We've got Kyle Cota, terrific quarterback returning. Nate Dickinson in the backfield. We'll put a big set of backs on the field. On defense, our linebacking core is back, and Ian Davis back in the secondary. My son Hank, Miguel Espinosa, Eli Butcher, Cameron Townsend, several starters back from last year's team. And of course, Brayton Sill, our kicker, is back. He's terrific. So we're excited. We've got a really strong group of last year's JVs, juniors, that are going to contribute quite a bit. And so, it's good.
How do you balance that load of running backs that you have on this year's team?
Just let them compete and play the best guy. And but then also it gives us good depth and gives us the opportunity. All of them play defense, so gives us the opportunity to play them, let them major on defense and minor on offense, and so we'll be playing a lot of different running backs tonight.
Opening night here at Hooper Stadium, always a special time for the Miner faithful.
Oh, for sure, it's a special time. Anytime we're playing a home game, but as an opening game of the season, a home opener, there are a lot of things for us to be excited about.
Final question: tough schedule this year. You looking forward to it?
Oh, absolutely. Every Friday night will be very competitive, starting with McQueen tonight, perennial Nevada State champion. I think they've won 7 state titles in Nevada. Strong program, and we're excited to be playing them.
Thanks, Dave. Coach's Chalkboard brought to you by Touchdown Productions. Join us every week for Coach's Chalkboard. This is Jim Adams. Stay tuned. Next up, Nevada Union versus McQueen on the Touchdown Productions Sports Network.
Nice interview, Jim. I appreciated many of the things you said. Coach Humphers is always standoffish when you ask him questions about his team. I think he's afraid he's gonna jinx himself.
Well, I know for a fact that Dave's very confident about the squad that he has this year. He has good reasons to be. You know, last year, Alex Sarner kind of anchored the offensive line, and this year, Alec, of course, going off to the University of Santa Barbara, he gets a whole new offensive line, a lot of players that have a lot of experience. So you look at the O-line, Ian Davis is back at wide receiver. Austin Marks returned bigger than ever at one of the tight ends, and, he has running back by committee. I've never known a time when the Miners have had, at the moment, 6 running backs to be able to compete. And then on defense, a very strong defense with a lot of returning players. Tanner Vallejo will play both ways. He has Miguel Espinosa to be able to rely upon. As we mentioned in Coach's Chalkboard, Brayton Sill is back again at kicking, and he'll be doing the punting as well as the place kicking.
Also, don't forget about Terry Graham at nose tackle. He's they call him the professor. He's expected to do well this year. Jim, you write a wonderful article. If those out there would like to follow the team in the Union, Jim writes an article about the team, and this week he is reviewed and given a preseason report card. I like what you say, Jim, especially about Kyle Cota. He is. We saw him get some injuries last year, and as Coda goes, so does the team. Let's hope that he doesn't get the nicks and bruises that he did last year.
Well, we can hope so. You take a look down on the field. We're about ready for the coin toss here. Got Hopper right there on the far left with the head referee. And we open the mic. And he dropped the coin, so he's going to do it a second time. And it looks like McQueen has won the toss. And you see number 48 out there on the field. Very interesting story. Here you see Miners.
Come in for a minute, okay?
Miners have deferred.
Football or
Okay. We will be back with a special presentation in just a moment. We'll be back in a moment. This is the Touchdown Production Sports Network.
B&C is your neighborhood home and garden center for both builders and consumers. They carry everything you need. In their garden center, you'll find a complete nursery along with expert advice on trees, shrubs, perennials, and garden enhancements. They're open 7:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 8 to 5 on Sunday. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center in the Fowler Center, Grass Valley. Your car or truck is an extension of your personality. Chuck Cavros knows this, so Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with in-store displays featuring thousands of products from WeatherGuard, DZ, Bracket Truck Racks, along with a large selection of aftermarket performance products, all from the top manufacturers. So give your car or truck the attitude it deserves at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories.
Hi, my name's Mark from Swayze's Public Wholesale at 140 East McKnight Way. At Swayze's, we have all kinds of automotive tools. We have all kinds of fasteners, 3 different pitches of metrics. We have safety equipment. And don't forget our glove world. We carry over 600 styles of gloves. If your canopy was damaged this winter, we have all the parts and supplies to fix and repair it or expand it. It's Swayze's Public Wholesale. We have everything you need for everything you do. Open every day, 8 to 5 on the weekdays, open till 4 on the weekends.
The Hauser family reminds you if it's round, rubber, and it rolls, then you're sure to find it at Plaza Tire and Auto Service. From regular car and truck tires to small specialty tires for your trailers and golf carts, you can trust Plaza Tire has the tire for you. They stake their reputations on it every day. Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs, in Penn Valley, Nevada City, and in Colfax. And of course, brought to you by Touchdown Productions, the foothill leader in sports television. This is Gil Dominguez saying thanks for joining us tonight, and be sure to stay with us after the game when we announce the Bill Slade & Sons Trucking Player of the Game, created by Stuckey Engravers. Once again, the Touchdown Productions sports team will select the most deserving NU player and honor them with a beautiful plaque made by Stuckey's. So stay tuned after the game for the Bill Slade & Sons Trucking Player of the Game Award, created by Stuckey Engravers, and coming up immediately after this exclusive telecast.
Well, 2013 Graduate Sports Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Moments away from the start of this opening night contest at Hooper Stadium. Jim Adams, Paul Brown, Scott Hopper getting ready to bring you all of the action. You might have noticed at the coin toss that the Miners had out there, number 48, Cole Hammond. Cole and his family moved from Marysville to the Nevada County area over the summer. They thought that it would just be a normal move, and that since they moved, he would play for Nevada football. But the Marysville principal and sports department filed a protest. The protest yesterday was upheld, and so at least for right now, pending appeal and perhaps court action, Cole Hammond will sit on the sidelines tonight, number 48. Read more about this next Friday in the In the Huddle series at the Union newspaper. So, Paul, here we go for another season, about ready to start it off.
And I'm very optimistic, Jim. I think this is going to be a wonderful season for NU. We have a lot of players that we're going to see tonight. Coach Humphers will interchange many of the players offensively and defensively. He wants a good warm-up for his team, and we're just about ready to put foot to ball for 2012.
Still to kick off for Nevada Union. Mark Strebel back to receive. That will go his way, but it will go almost out of the end zone, and McQueen will start at their 20-yard line.
Big kick. Terry Graham pumps one out of the end zone. If that's any indication, there won't be too much returning this season for the opponents.
Well, and Dave Humphers said he is like nails. What a great asset he is to have on the team. Second leading scorer last year. And here comes McQueen under the ball. So the first play of the season. Rolls left. Nice gain on the play. That is DeLon Buncio for a gain of more than 10 yards, a first down on their first run.
It's Tyler Fritzen under center for the Lancers. He is a senior.
Fritzen fakes, hands off, not much doing there as the ball is carried by Mount Strabel. Short gain on the play of 3 yards, and that will bring up a second down 7. Opening moments of the contest from Hooper Stadium. Nevada State champion McQueen versus the Nevada Union Miners in this first tune-up game of the season. Fritzen, handoff. Miners again very tough on defense. Lucas Weber with the carry. Right in the middle of it is Hank Humphers.
Natty Petty in the backfield is sharing duties with Weber. He will be your I-back tonight for the Lancers.
So a 3rd and long, 3rd and 8. After giving up a first down on the first run of the game, the Miners have held solid on the next 2 plays. But this will be a pass. Nobody to throw to, finally catches somebody over the middle, and he will be close to a first down. He may have surged to a first down. Miners had him behind the 40-yard line, but he made it to the 41, and that will signal a first down for the Lancers.
Now we'll move the chains. First look, Jim, we've had at Tanner Vallejo. We've watched Tanner here in this booth since he was a sophomore at middle linebacker, putting pressure on the quarterback early here.
So their second first down of the drive. And again, fakes a double reverse, but not much in the way of any yardage. Great play by Gareth Noxon. Noxon ties him up and takes him down.
Carrying the ball is Strabel, number 32 in the backfield. Early preseason, Jim, we're seeing some very high tackling, and that always produces a lot of broken tackles and runs that shouldn't be. Miners need to tie it up.
2-yard loss on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 12. Again, the running game, but not much there. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
Tyler Fritzen will face 3rd down and about 11.
Nettie Penny with the carry. And so the Miners force another 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 10 this time. And watch for the passing formation. But he hands it on up the middle. That's going to be a 1st down. Gets into the secondary. Into Miner territory.
Natty Petty coming right up the gut. Everybody looking for the pass play, leaving the middle open. Tanner Vallejo was in one of the slots looking to blitz the quarterback, and they ran right past him, Jim.
So another 1st down for the Lancers as they advance into Miners territory. They are at the Nevada Union 44. 1st and 10, 8:30 to go, 1st period action. Screen here.
This is Weber.
Looked like holding, but it did. Yeah, and there it drew a flag.
Lucas Weber out of the slot catching the ball, but we've got a flag on the ground. There it is. There's the replay. Right up the gut here. And like I said, Vallejo was in the slot and he was blitzing the quarterback. They ran right past him, right up the gut. Very deceptive play by the Lancers, but now back to live action. There'll be a hold on the field, which will benefit the Miners. It'll now be 1st and about 15.
And a hold there on that screen play. And so Fritzen goes to the sidelines, pulls a call there, and let's see what they can do here on 1st and 16. Fritzen over center. Handoff, nothing doing there.
Straight up the gut to Penny.
And Nettie Penny getting a lot of carries early on here, Paul.
Absolutely true. They obviously think that they can do something up the middle, as we did see on that 3rd down play. But now it gives them 2nd and about 14. Let's see if they put the ball in the air.
7.5 to go, 1st quarter action. Fritzen back to pass. Looks to his left, throws to his left, batted away by number 24, Ian Davis.
Fritzen is a straight drop back passer, Jim. Straight drop back into the pocket. Didn't look over the field, looked right at his receiver and fired a ball that was slightly high. Didn't have much chance. You can see him let the ball go here. I thought that his receiver out to the right, which was Weber, was more open, but once again, incomplete by the Lancers, brings up 3rd down.
So 3rd and 15 from just inside Miners territory. They have to get to the 34 for a 1st down. Here's that screen. The Miners close in on it. He gets away from the first group, but can't elude the second. There to break up the play was Tanner Vallejo, and that'll bring up a 4th down and long.
So let's see if they decide. They're right on that Mason-Dixon line, whether you punt or whether you go for it. They do have about 6 yards, it looks like, Jim.
And they're going to go for it on 4th down. In fact, this will be a 4th and 5. Maybe hoping to call the Miners off. And there he takes timeout, exactly what they were trying to do. And we'll probably see the kicking team come on, and we do.
So good series of downs by both teams, actually, Jim. The Lancers were able to move the ball and did get 2 first downs. They were backed up by that holding call, which stalled their offense. But I would say all in all, for the first time the Miners defense has been on the field, that was actually pretty good.
Well, and you know, you want to have a bend and not break defense. And at least on this initial drive, they have stopped the Lancers. The drive began at the 20, and it included several first downs. But now at the 39-yard line of Nevada Union, McQueen has stalled, and they are poised to punt to Nevada Union.
So let's see who Nevada Union, it looks like Humphers.
Hank Humphers back to receive.
We watched him do this last year. He's quite an excellent punt returner, very agile, very strong.
Nice pickup by the kicker. And here it comes to Humphers. He's going to let it go over his head into the end zone, and the Miners will start at the 20. So here we go, Paul. Are you ready for this roller coaster ride?
I really am, Jim. I've been looking forward to this all year. We get to see an excellent backfield. The Miners have such a choice of running backs, slot backs, and of course Kyle Cota back handling the football for them. Really a luxury for any football team to have this many backs, Jim.
Dickinson in the backfield. Watch for the Miners to start to set up that running game over the right side. Hank Humphers on the play picks up several yards, and that'll be a second down.
Good deception, taking into the line. Humphers going around the right side.
Number 8, Hank Humphers.
So that will make it a 2nd and 8.
For McQueen, number 5.
McQueen holds strong defensively on the first play and now in the shotgun. But this is a pass. Throws over the middle to Ian Davis. Nice reception by Ian. First down for the Miners at their own 41-yard line.
And that is a classic Kyle Cota pass. Right on the numbers. You can count on him to really put the ball in there when he needs to. He can thread that needle.
And Ian had to wait there for a minute. If you looked at him, he said, he kind of looked back as if to say, come on, Kyle, get me the ball here.
Maybe just a tad late, huh?
Yeah, I think, but he was still able to keep himself open. And Davis was a strong player last year. A lot is expected of him this season. So 2 plays, 1 first down. Watch for Dickinson to get some good playing time, but there is a, looks like probably a motion call against the Miners. And let's see. Offsides, McQueen.
Kyle Cota will get the benefit of 5 yards. He'll start 1st and 5 now. So here's the replay on that, and the whistle has blown. And look, you can see just a little pop there.
And here we go back to live action. And so the 1st and 5 becomes a 2nd and 5. Jason Murray on the carry. Miners in walkthroughs tonight, very crisp, very focused, very ready to go. This is a unique team. We will talk about that later. Fakes it. Here comes Cota. Cota may have to run. Doesn't. Over the middle. Looks like pass interference, but no call.
No call, and Cota on the run put it right on the numbers. That was to number 24.
Ian Davis.
Ian Davis, and Davis knows he dropped one.
Well, I'm not sure he did. I'd like to see that again. It looked like he got hit before that ball got there, Paul.
It may very well be, Jim, but even though he was distracted, it hit him in the pad there and glanced off. We're going to talk about this all season long, but very few quarterbacks can roll to the right like that, like Cota, stop and hit a target as well as this young man can.
4:39 left in the first quarter. Humphers in motion, instead gives it to the second man, which is Dickinson. The pile moves a little bit forward, but he's going to come up 3 yards short of the first down, and I guess that was Tanner Vallejo on the carry.
And you know what Coach Humphers is thinking, Jim. They want to be able to give the ball to Tanner Vallejo, who is nothing short of a specimen. Absolutely the strong bull of the team. and they want to be able to get 3 yards out of him whenever they ask. Now it's 4th down.
So Sill back to punt. Gets it away. Nice high hanging kick. Needs a minor roll but doesn't get it. So good field position. And in fact, it looks like they're going to mark it at the 41-yard line of McQueen. So the Lancers, the first team with favorable field position as they begin their second series with 3:55 to play in the first quarter. And you can see our show on Comcast Channel 11, Suddenlink Channel 16, Wednesdays at 8:30. But be sure to tune in tomorrow, 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then Sunday at 10 o'clock, where you'll be able to see the game of the week. So first down, here comes McQueen. Hand off to Nettie, and he gets 4 yards on the play.
They're going to stay at that left side. They seem to see something they want to run that way. I think what they see is they see their big offensive lineman, number 57 for McQueen, Eddie Coffer on the left side, and he is one load of an offensive lineman. I'm sure that's what they're thinking. He can take anybody.
Fast-moving first quarter, 2nd and 6. Miners bunch up at the line. Bounces off one man, and then Strable is taken down. In the middle of it is Gareth Noxon. So Miners force another 3rd down play, this one with 3 yards to go.
At the end of this series, let's go down and see what Scott Hopper thinks about how this quarter has gone. I'd like to hear his comments.
And for the Miners, another big 3rd down play. And there's movement on the line. That'll take them back 5 yards as Eddie Coffer comes off the line of scrimmage, and what was a 3rd and 3 will become a 3rd and 8.
So Coffer negates any good works that he has done prior to this, opening up holes. Now they're back, and they'll probably bring a new play in. I would imagine it'd be a pass play.
Fast-moving first quarter, the second series for McQueen, and we're almost up to the 2-minute mark. And there's a flag before it starts. It came from the referee. I would have to think that would be some type of a motion call, and it is against McQueen. And what was a 3rd and 3 has become a 3rd and 13. Well, in the 2 5-yard penalties, McQueen has picked up a yard. But 3rd and long. Let's see what Fritzen can come out with here. Man in motion. Handoff up the middle. Not much yardage. Miners give up very little territory in this series for the Lancers, and they will again be forced into punt formation.
Pretty one-dimensional, Jim. I didn't see anything there. I was expecting some kind of a pass or perhaps taking advantage of the one-on-one. Weber, the slot back, Lucas Weber, had all kinds of room, and they didn't even look at him.
Jake Berger back, and that will go Berger's way, but he's going to let it fall and finally picks it up. Needs a block. Ooh, Humphreys didn't throw the right one there. Berger tries to turn the corner and makes a good play, finally steps out of bounds at about the 15. But if Berger had not picked that ball up, that ball would have been very deep in Miner territory.
I couldn't agree with you more. It could have been inside the 5-yard line. He did a pretty darn good job of getting outside and getting a few yards at the end of that run.
And Coda now with a second chance. So far, this is almost an exact replay of last year in Reno when in the closing moments of the first quarter it was 0-0, and it wasn't until Hank Humphreys scored just before halftime that the Miners were on the board. Here's Coda back. Coda throws long. Davis out in front. He's got it!
Nice catch by Davis. 45-yard pass play, catching it on the run after the catch, loses his feet.
Wow.
What a pass. Right on the money. Here's Coda looking downfield, plenty of time. Great release, and you can watch Davis. He finds that ball in the air and just leaves the receiver right there. He needs to keep his feet for the 7 points, but I'll tell you what, we'll take the 45-yard pass play.
And now the option, Coda dishes it off, and a good gain by Nevada Union. Jason Murray gets the call for the Miners.
I like the looks of Murray. He's a junior this year, Jim. This is the first chance we've seen him. He's strong and very, very quick.
And Vallejo checks in along with Jared Cook. And the Miners have a 2nd and 2. See what Coda has up his sleeve. Vallejo right behind him. That is Vallejo. That's the first down yardage and then some. The big bull takes it inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. First down, Miners.
And that's the kind of run I expect to see this year from Tanner Vallejo. Doesn't do a lot of moving, Jim. He gets the line, he puts his head down, he uses his power and his speed, and he gets the yardage, especially off tackle like that.
Well, you know, we go back to the last sectional championship won by the Miners. There was a different Vallejo in the backfield then, but it was kind of the same thing. And Vallejo moves early, and the flags come up on the play. The Miners get some yardage back, but that will come back, and what was a 1st and 10 will be a 1st and 15.
That was big Jake Berger.
Jake Berger with the carry on that.
Let's see. Yes, we do have. There's the replay. And watch Vallejo. You just got to love this guy. You got a guy like this in your football team. You can hand him the football and expect a couple of yards.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens here, Paul. Here's a little bit of adversity for Nevada Union. What was a 1 and 10, 1st and 10 becomes a 1st and 15. So what will they do in this situation? Obviously, Coda has had good success in the air.
Coda is 2 for 3, I believe, in his passing. Mike, please, Veal.
And that is the end of the first quarter, or I think it is. There's no time left on the clock. They're going to run a play. Back to pass, throws, completes to Davis. Davis may go. He does. Touchdown, Miners.
And neither sideline caught the fact that time had run out. It had run out by 2 or 3 seconds, and that play got off. The officials are calling it a touchdown, so.
Paul, how can that happen? A big faux pas by the officials here early on. The clock expires. About 5 seconds later, the play starts. The Miners score, and now in for the extra point is Sill. High snap, spotted, kicked, good.
Nailed.
So we'll call it. A look at the scoreboard with, at the end of the first quarter, plus about 5 seconds, the Miners lead 7-0. Paul?
Jim, we're going to take it as we get them. And we're going to talk, hopefully, down is Scott Hopper down in the field. I'd like to hear what he has to say about the first quarter of play. Scott, are you there? I guess he doesn't have his mic on. I'm sure we'll hear from Scott.
He's contemplating deep thoughts, Paul. You know that.
Well, he's looking around. He's, I believe he's finding the camera.
So the Miners take a 7-0 lead. The scoreboard shows 6-0. Let's take a look at that play, Paul.
And it's beautifully conceived by Dave Humphers. The fake in the backfield. Coda's having plenty of time and has all night to throw the football. Doesn't even have to look off the defensive backs. Finds Davis. Davis this time manages to keep his feet. And you can smell it from here, Davis. You want it, and you find it right there in the corner. The first touchdown of the 2012 season, Ian Davis.
And everybody has said, the whole coaching staff has said that the work ethic of Ian Davis is incredible. Let's go to the sideline. Scott Hopper. Scott, take it away.
Okay, great. I had, during the huddle after the first possession, I had an opportunity to listen in on the offensive line coach, and he was talking to the players about their assignments, what do they see, and he made some adjustments on the fly, and obviously it worked. Back to you guys.
So Sill to kick off. This one also high and deep into the end zone, 8 yards back.
Wow, what a weapon that is. We won't be seeing many returns this year if Sill keeps putting the foot to the ball like that.
Well, and that's what Dave Humphers said. He said this guy is a really good offensive tool.
It's nice to have him. And if he can score field goals for the team.
Well, Dave says he's solid from 40 yards out.
Wow.
So.
Well, maybe we'll have a chance to see that tonight.
So now McQueen, the Lancers, and the Lancers have a chance to respond. So it will be 1st and 10 for them. We see Connor Keith and Alex Sarner coming up into the stands.
Rolling out.
And incomplete.
Incomplete pass, balls intended for number 18.
So it'll be second down for the Lancers. Fritzen had a wide open receiver and just flatly dropped the ball.
And we see Connor Keith down there. Maybe he'll come up at halftime and have a few words with us. Connor worked with us a little bit last year. This is a handoff. Miners solid at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Tanner Vallejo plugs it up, drives him backwards, and that's going to make it a 3rd and 10.
That's what you call a blow-up. Tanner Vallejo coming through him. They were lucky to hand that ball off. He was in the backfield faster than the back could take the handoff from the quarterback.
And that is the thing that is interesting, is that for the Miners, that'll bring up a big 3rd down play.
Looks like an option.
And a nice gain, but falls far short of a 1st down. Gil, we have lost our monitor.
So the Lancers go 3 and out. And our monitor is back now. Thank you, Gil. And they will come back to punt. Miners, barring anything unusual, will get excellent field position.
Jake Berger joining
wow, what a punt.
Hank Humphers, and this is an opportunity to return it. Humphers keeps it and unfortunately will be taken down at the 31-yard line by Taylor Matthews. But here's the thing that's interesting here, Paul. This is a great opportunity, the Miners' 3rd possession, to really establish some dominance in this game. They scored on their 2nd drive. If they score on this 3rd drive, especially with how they're playing defensively, it will set up for an interesting scenario.
Absolutely true. There is Humphers, and he basically gets pulled down, grabs the hold of the jersey like a dish towel, yanks him to the ground.
10:41 to go before halftime. Miners leading 7-0. Man in motion. Hank Humphers takes it, breaks up the middle for a nice gain on the play. Tackled by Tyler Yashimaru. And that'll make it 2nd down and 5. Very fast moving first half. 2nd down. This will be a pass. This will be a quick one over the middle. Again, Davis. Davis gets slammed but hangs on to the ball. And if they spot it where they have it, it'll be a 1st down, and it is. So Davis makes the catch and takes the hit.
And Davis is obviously the favorite receiver of Kyle Cota, catching all the balls he's thrown tonight for receptions.
Jake Berger checking in for the Miners. The Berger family, very busy in football and basketball. And the play comes this way for a very short gain, and that is Jake Berger on the carry.
On the carry for the Miners, that's number 17, Jake Berger. On the stop, number 47, Austin.
A shout out to Rick Schwartz. He and Nancy are not here tonight, one of the press box people. They're back in Stony Brook watching their daughter Molly dive. And Rick, we'll look forward to having you back next week. And this is an option, but Coda's going to take it himself. And he's going to get a first down. He's going to go deep into Lancer territory and end up at the inside the 40-yard line of McQueen. And Paul, the Miners continue to move the ball at will.
They sure do. And just another weapon that we have, Kyle Coda has got great legs. We saw it last year. If he decides to keep that ball on the option play, he is one scary runner when he gets past the line of scrimmage.
So 1st and 10, single back. This is a pass. This is Davis. Davis gets guided by the first guy, by the second guy, by the third guy, gets to the fourth, finally taken down. First down Miners at the 18, McQueen. And Paul, another efficient play.
A very, very on-the-target pass by Coda and Davis. Davis seems to be able to get open at will, Jim. Gaining confidence with every play now. The Miners, they can smell the end zone.
So a 1st and 10. Man in motion, but that's going to be Vallejo. He busts up the middle.
Looks like he got about 6 yards.
And that is incredible that he can just bust through, pick up a nifty 6, and set up a second. Well, it's going to be 2nd down and 6. So he got about 4 yards on the play. Nate Dickinson in this time. Oh, there's that reverse. Very deceptive. And a nice first down run by Jason Murray.
Murray gets real close to the first down, Jim. I believe he's right about the 10-yard line. I believe it'll be 3rd and 1.
So a big yard early on for Nevada Union. Vallejo is brought into the game, along with Jared Cook. So big play here. Miners need a yard. It'll go to Vallejo. He'll get it and bust up to about the 5. First down, Nevada Union. And Paul, great momentum here if the Miners could get it into the end zone, but they've got probably the 6 toughest yards of this drive to gain in order to accomplish that.
And you got to know that they'll probably use all 4 downs. Why wouldn't they continue to just use Vallejo? Vallejo is getting them 2 to 3 yards at a pop. Although, as I say that, Vallejo comes off the field.
Dickinson in, Davis in.
Looks like a pass formation.
And
now,
flags.
Too much time?
Delay of game, Nevada Union.
Yep, sure enough.
So if 6 were tough enough, 11 is even a bit tougher. 6:39 to go before halftime. We will have a special halftime for you tonight. Dickinson in the backfield. Now being rushed and throws incomplete. No flag. It was in the basic vicinity
of Nate Dickinson. Nate was kind of hanging around over there. Coda was getting rid of the football, obviously, but had every right to with Dickinson in the vicinity. So now we've got 2nd down, Jim, and goal.
From the 12, and Dave Humphers will have to dig deep into the playbook to see what he can come out with here in this situation. Coda runs quickly back out onto the field with the play.
And they're going to be forced to call a timeout, I think, in order to keep it from having the play clock expire.
Beautiful evening here at Hooper. I would say the temps maybe in the low 80s. just a great night, and let's hope, Paul, that maybe we can sneak through the first 6 weeks of the season with this warmer type weather.
And maybe a little rain later on this year, rather later than earlier.
Well, and let's hope that when it rains, it's a home game, because we're right here in this cozy booth.
I hear you.
So the Miners still conferring on the sidelines, trying to figure out here. The interesting part about it, though, Paul, is that if they can't make it into the end zone on the first 3 plays, the good thing about it is they have Brayton Sill.
And we'll be able to test his leg for the first time this season.
So 2nd and 12, or 2nd and goal from the 12-yard line. Shotgun for Coda. Fakes the handoff. Good blocking, but now it breaks down, and down goes Coda.
Coda had nobody. He was absolutely right in eating that ball. All of his receivers were covered. That was a coverage sack as much it was anything. Perhaps he could have asked for another second or so, but now we're looking at 3rd and long, and Jim, slowly we're getting out of Sill's territory. He'll be kicking a long one if we go backwards any further than this.
Well, they'd be well served to pick up at least 10 yards on this play inside 6 minutes of the first half.
Coach Humphers likes to throw the screen pass from right about here. Let's see if he does that.
Gonna go deep. Does. There's Davis. Batted away, incomplete.
Nice play defensively. Nick Agilo knocking the ball down. I think Agilo is going to stay tight on our wide receiver now.
And so Sill comes out.
And here comes the field goal team.
And this will be the 40-yarder that we talked about a moment ago. Kyle Coda with the hold. Coda needs a good snap. Sill readies himself. Spotted, kicked. Long enough. Good! So Sill hits from 40 with about 4 yards to spare.
It was a long spinner, though. He didn't really get a lot of distance on that ball. He kind of guided it through, Jim, but 40 yards is 40 yards, and 3 points is 3 points.
And as that ball went through the uprights, the 2 officials looked at each other, and we held our collective breath. Let's take a look at that field goal attempt here, Paul.
It was a good snap. We saw a bad snap earlier on the extra point. This time, right on the money. The ball is set and swept perfectly by Sill. But look at it spin as you come down. There it is. Barely making it through. And the officials concur. It is 3 points for the NU Miners.
Well, maybe Humphers said a mouthful when he said he's really good from 40 yards and in. But it's 3 points no matter how you look at it, and the nice part about it is that it gives the Miners a 2-score lead. 10-0 Nevada Union, 5:10 left, first half action. And again, nailed high and deep. This one will go way over the heads of the return people, and again 8 yards deep in the end zone. So for 3 straight possessions, for 3 times to which they've been kicked off, they have to take up shop at the 20. Sill shows no signs of putting the ball any closer than about 8 yards to the goal line.
Yeah, it's not even close. In fact, he's kicking it very close to kicking it down the stadium. So let's see if the Lancers can come up with some offense here.
Back to pass, throws over here. That's a completion to Josh Zemi.
That's a good pass play for the Lancers. Zemi with the quick hook pattern, wide open on the left side.
2nd and 2. maybe 1.5 to be exact, inside 5 minutes.
Peeney still in the backfield, the eye back.
So second down, handoff, right side, and he did not get the first down. The Miners kept Penny on the line of scrimmage, and now let's go down to the sidelines and Scott Hopper. Scott?
Yeah, hi guys. I just had the opportunity to speak with the kicking coach for Nevada Union about his kicker, and he said that he makes them from 50 yards, but he bet him recently $5 that he couldn't make 40 or 10 40-yarders in a row, and he called it easy money. Back to you guys.
And there's a third down play where he loses yardage. So McQueen comes up with 9 yards on the first play of the drive and then does nothing but go backwards, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 5.
So my question to you, Jim, is this. Is McQueen weak on offense, or is the NU Miner defense that good?
I think it's
this is a state championship, Jim. This team is not a weak team coming to Hooper Stadium here. We're just killing them on defense.
Well, let me say 2 things. One is we got a lot of football left to play. We got a 3 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the first.
You always remind me of that. Thank you.
And 24 to go in the second. With that said, that question is the valuable question. We may not answer that until week 3.
Well, so far, McQueen is trying to find something that works here. I can't say necessarily that that their quarterback, Fritzen, is a great passer. I think he's probably an average passer, but he has trouble getting the ball out quick enough.
The Miners have surely stymied him. His passing game has not been very effective so far, and the running game has shown moments of brilliance, like the 9-yard gain that started this particular drive, but then they marched back 4 yards from there on the subsequent 2 plays. So, but a lot of football left to play. Miners need a strong showing at home in week 0. Snapped, kicked, low line drive. This might be a return. Goes to Humphers and goes through his legs, and the ball continues to bounce. Now, they're going to say that he touched it.
No, they're going to say the ball was down where the Lancers first touched the ball.
Yeah, but what the Lancers are saying is that Hank Humphers touched the ball.
And, from our vantage point up here, Jim, I thought he did too. But he immediately did not pursue the ball.
Well, neither did the 49er last year in the league championship game.
You're talking about Williams, right? So the Miners go back on offense now, Jim.
3:08 to go. They've whittled it down with the ball inside the 20. Let's see what they can do here. Coda back. Throws. Davis again. Again the reception. First down yardage. Dragged down out of bounds outside the 30-yard line of Nevada Union. So a nice 13-yard gain on the first play of this sequence.
Well designed, gets out of bounds, stops the clock. Dave Humphers is thinking nothing but score the football.
Davis has been miraculous here in the first quarter.
Absolutely.
Everything he's had thrown at him, he's received and then made more yardage out of it.
And he scored the only touchdown so far in the game, so kudos to Davis for the first half of football this season.
Shotgun formation. Dickinson in to the right of Coda. But back to pass. Davis again, wide open, almost intercepted though, and a flag comes in late.
I think we're going to get a hold. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens here. Great play defensively. It is a hold on NU. Great play defensively out in the flats. Number 57, again, it was Eddie Coffer out there to bat the ball down. Big Eddie with a paw up in the air.
Let's welcome our new scoreboard sponsor for the season, Suds Brothers Car Wash. And there you see 7 points in the first, 3 in the second. Here's what Coda did wrong on that pass. He didn't get it up over the defenders because Davis was beyond them and open.
He had to drop it in there and put a little too much on a string that time.
And I'll say this, it really doesn't make any difference because there was a penalty on the play anyway.
So we have first and about 22 here. Just over 2 minutes left in the quarter.
A lot of trouble. Needs one more block. Gets away from one. Gets away from another. Very nice play. Good gain by Jason Murray.
Big Jason Murray showing some size and some speed. 185 pounds. Junior. I like the looks of this guy, Murray.
A lot of the guys have looked very strong tonight for the Miners.
I agree. We have a caucus on the field now, and we have another hold on the Miners.
So a drive with exactly 2 minutes to play where they shoot themselves in the foot. 2 holding penalties have taken 20 yards away on this series. And so now it is first and 30. So Miners might be best served to let the clock run a little. A 10-0 lead by Nevada Union over McQueen isn't a bad thing in the first half. Handoff, a little bit of a gain on the play.
That's Vallejo. Coach Humphers, I'm thinking, is probably going to be content to just keep the ball on the ground and run it out. 1 timeout left by the Lancers if they decide to take it with 1:22 left in the quarter.
Well, if they were going to take it, you would think that they'd take it now, but the Miners up to the line of scrimmage, second and very long. Handoff again, and it's Vallejo gets tripped up, almost broke it out, and a minute exactly to go in the first half.
Boy, Vallejo hits that hole fast for a big man.
And if the Miners don't make it here, and it's going to be 3rd down and 17, so they've taken it from 1st and 30 to 3rd and 17. See what Coda can come up with here.
No reason
and
to pass the ball.
Hand.
He's going to try the option play.
But he gets taken down, and unless the Lancers call timeout, tell me why they haven't called timeout here. Finally they do, but they let a lot of seconds burn off the clock, and there's 18 seconds to play in the first half. That play terminated with about 30 seconds to play, but they waited 12 seconds to call timeout.
Well, it is a punting situation, and Coach Humphers has the team over on the sideline. Coach Humphers, I believe, will be talking to his team at halftime about the 3 or check that 4 holding penalties that his team had that stymied this drive here late in the second quarter.
Yeah, it took the wind out of this series' sails, for
sure. No doubt about it. Coach Humphers is a very positive coach, always keeping things positive, never blaming or pointing the finger to blame on any individual player. It's always about the team. And he is always teaching. I like that about Dave Humphers. He's my kind of football coach. He's teaching, he's organized, he stresses discipline, and he has his team working like brothers, like a machine. He's
They're
out on the field now.
trying to signal up here that there's 21 seconds left.
We're getting word now that there's 21 seconds left rather than the 18
and they have
showing on the
2.1 seconds left on the clock right now. Either that or 21 minutes, one of the two. Oh, there we go. Be the longest 21 seconds of your life. Be like a basketball game.
Well, I'm thinking they're going to try and kick away from the receiver.
I don't think they have any choice but to punt the ball long. There's too much time left.
This is Dion Buncio back to receive the punt.
Big rush. Barely gets it away.
Wow.
And that is going to be good field position with 15 seconds to play.
Boy, they're leaving the door open here for the Lancers. They're going to have that ball somewhere around the 30-yard line. That punt was so bad they were lucky that it advanced at all, Jim.
Yeah, it was nearly blocked. The rush was tremendous.
So let's see if the Lancers can come up with some kind of offense. They have no timeouts left. They have 15 seconds on the clock. They'll be calling a couple of plays in the huddle if they manage to get off 2 plays.
So 1st and 10. Back, throws, complete, out of bounds. 10 seconds to go in the half. And how is McQueen's kicking game?
I was just thinking the same thing. We're going to get a chance to see it.
They are at the 23.
If they throw a pass and complete it, they're going to have to get out of bounds.
Or get a first down.
I'm guessing they're going to run this football and try to center it on the field and go for the field goal.
So back, looks, throws, incomplete. Well, incomplete. And that takes it down to 6 seconds, so possibly 2 more plays. And they have their field goal team in. Tyler Fritzen to do the place kicking. And now the officials, a little bit of confusion.
Officials are going to reset the football. They had a bad spot. Fritzen on the far left hash mark, eyeballing the goalposts.
And again, the officials call a stop to the action as Nevada Union takes a timeout.
Jim, very unusual. Fritzen is only taking a 5-yard drop from where the ball is placed to kick his field goal. Very, very short. Usually it's 7 to 9 yards back. I'm not sure exactly why he would be doing that. Maybe that's just what he is comfortable with. But he is on the far left hash mark, and he's going to have to angle that ball in a little.
Well, it looks like though he has the tee on the 30-yard line, so that would be a 7-yard drop.
That would be a 7-yard drop, sure enough.
And just as Sill had a 40-yard attempt, in this particular situation, Fritzen will have a 40-yard attempt. So here we go. Spotted, kicked, nice. Long enough. No good. Yeah. Wide left as time runs out. So the half expires. Sill up on Fritzen 1-0. The Miners up on McQueen 10-0. And there is our Suds Brothers Car Wash scoreboard. Miners get 7 in the first, 3 in the second. They pitch a shutout defensively, lead 10-0. And so we're trying to get Scott down on the field, and Scott is on the field with
guys,
Dave Humphers.
I'm here with Dave Humphers after the first half. It's a good opening, I think. What's your interpretation of the first half?
Oh, it's fun to be playing football against somebody. So, yeah, it's always a good opening.
And do you foresee any halftime adjustments that you're specifically going to identify?
We got quite a few adjustments we need to make. We sputtered a little bit, had a delay of game penalty, made a couple of mistakes that we need to correct on my part, but kids are working hard, working well together, and our defense is bent a little, but it's really playing great. So I'm real pleased with a lot of things.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your time, Dave. Good luck for the second half. Okay, guys, back to you at halftime.
Thank you, Scott. Always good to hear from Scott and Dave Humphers here at halftime. Miners leading 10-0, Paul. And let's take in a little bit of the cheerleading show.
Let's hear it for our 2012-13 varsity cheerleaders.
That's the NU cheerleaders. Beautifully coordinated routine, as we have seen in years past. There's your Suds Brothers Car Wash scoreboard. Nevada Union scoring the only touchdown of the game in the first quarter on a pass to Ian Davis. And then the long Sills field goal in the second quarter, resulting in a 10-0 lead going into half. I'd like to remind you, you're watching the Touchdown Production Network. We'll be right back.
Gold and silver are more important as a part of your investment portfolio more now than ever before. There's inflationary pressures. China alone could push the gold price more than double from $1,000 to $2,000 an ounce. Hi, my name is Jason Hommel and welcome to the JH Mint. Here at the JH Mint we have all sorts of gold and silver. We have about 200 ounces of gold. We have about 20,000 ounces of silver or more in stock. We also assay or scrap gold jewelry and placer gold, and we will be here for all of your gold and silver investing needs Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The Painter family's been feeding Nevada County football players and their families since 1959. October marks 52 years of service to our community. At SPD, you'll always find USDA choice beef and a full-service meat department, complete deli section, locally grown produce, and a post office. Everything you need that makes SPD so special. SPD Markets, hometown proud, where your neighbors shop.
Mike Bratton is the neighbor you can count on for your most important insurance decisions, 24 hours a day.
The first step begins with a phone call. Hi, I'm Mike Bratton, your good neighbor State Farm agent, and I look forward to hearing from you. Since 1984, my team and I have been educating clients and developing long-term relationships through personalized and professional guidance on their insurance programs. We will put you in the driver's seat and strive to enhance each encounter you have with us.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The Owl has been part of Mill Street for 132 years. The hand-carved Austrian cherrywood bar was built in 1880, and the food has become legendary with entrees including steak and prawns cooked to perfection. Pair your meal with a selection from their extensive wine list. Your host Steve Graham invites you to step back in time and enjoy a great meal with family and friends at the new Owl Grill and Saloon.
And we're back here on the field here at Hooper Stadium, where as we continue our halftime, Nevada Union is leading the McQueen Lancers by a score of 10-0 here. 5 minutes left in this halftime.
So as you watch the Miners tonight, take a look at the lower left-hand side of their helmets, honoring fallen miner, a miner for life, Adam Strain. We'll be back.
B&C is your neighborhood home and garden center for both builders and consumers. They carry everything you need. In their garden center, you'll find a complete nursery along with expert advice on trees, shrubs, perennials, and garden enhancements. They're open 7:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 8 to 5 on Sunday. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center in the Fowler Center, Grass Valley. Your car or truck is an extension of your personality. Chuck Cavros knows this, so Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with in-store displays featuring thousands of products from WeatherGuard, DZ, bracket truck racks, along with a large selection of aftermarket performance products, all from the top manufacturers. So give your car or truck the attitude it deserves at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories.
Hi, my name's Mark from Swayze's Public Wholesale at 140 East McKnight Way. At Swayze's, we have all kinds of automotive tools. We have all kinds of fasteners, 3 different pitches of metrics. We have safety equipment. And don't forget our glove world. We carry over 600 styles of gloves. If your canopy was damaged this winter, we have all the parts and supplies to fix and repair it or expand it. It's Swayze's Public Wholesale. We have everything you need for everything you do. Open every day, 8 to 5 on the weekdays, open till 4 on the weekends.
The Hauser family reminds you if it's round, rubber, and it rolls, then you're sure to find it at Plaza Tire and Auto Service. From regular car and truck tires to small specialty tires for your trailers and golf carts, you can trust Plaza Tire has the tire for you. They stake their reputations on it every day. Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs, in Penn Valley, Nevada City, and in Colfax. And of course, brought to you by Touchdown Productions, the foothill leader in sports television. This is Gil Dominguez saying thanks for joining us tonight, and be sure to stay with us after the game when we announce the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game, created by Stuckey Engravers. Once again, the Touchdown Productions sports team will select the most deserving NU player and honor them with a beautiful plaque made by Stuckey's. So stay tuned after the game for the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game Award, created by Stuckey Engravers, and coming up immediately after this exclusive telecast.
Well, Paul, tonight we're going to have our hands full. We'll have, as we did last year, have our 3 stars of the game. In fact, in the pregame meal tonight that I was able to join the Miners, they talked enthusiastically about the 3 stars of the game. So we're definitely looking forward to that, but not as much as we're looking forward to this second half.
And as we did last year, Jim, we will announce the 3 stars of the game, and the player who gets the number 1 star will get the plaque that he will cherish for the rest of his life, like I have, from Stuckey Engravers.
I hear
plaque.
you still sleep with yours under your pillow.
My dad has mine. Don't say that. I think he does sleep with it, though. I managed to win 1 Player of the Game award when I was in high school, and it was a big deal to me. Although they give us just a ribbon or something, I don't remember.
You know, my senior year was 72, and that was when they still were doing county championships. Next week, you'll want to see this one. Put a red star next to it. Nevada Union, Grant, at Grant. Your first chance to view this tape-delayed basis, 8 o'clock Saturday night. Comcast Channel 11, Sunlink Channel 16, Wave Broadband Channel 20. We're going to see what this Miner team is all about next week, Paul.
That's a fact.
And also on the YouTube channel, the Game of the Week. And, of course, you can always watch it on www.nevadacountytv.org. And so for the Miners, Paul, they get the ball to start off the second half. And we really thank Bill Slade for joining us. His son, Jason, the most valuable player of the last Sac Joaquin Section Championship that the Miners played in. They should have moved on to the state championship in Carson, California. Instead, they chose Bellarmine out of San Jose, and Bellarmine got spanked. But back to the here and now, and for the Miners, this will be interesting to see how they start off this second half, Paul.
Well, the Miners deferred at the first half, so they will receive the football. Let's see if they can do something about the penalties that stymied their drive just before we ended the first half.
And it'll be nice for the Miners to start fresh. And the Lancers are out on the field. They tried to signal something about the clock being reset to 3 minutes, but here come the Lancers, and now they're going to see that there's 4 minutes on the clock, and they wanted a minute and 30 seconds now. So a little bit of confusion here, Paul.
Well, it's the first game of the season, Jim. You can expect that from the officials, from the clock, from pretty much everybody across the board. They will pull it together here as we see the
and
Miners go on the field.
Let's turn off Scott's mic. Let's turn off Scott's mic. And so Miners to receive the ball here to start off the second half. And it looks like to kick off is Lucas Weber. For the Miners, this second half will tell the first chapter of the story, pitching a nice shutout in the first half. Hank Humphers back deep, and it looks like Jake Berger with him. So we're about ready to get underway here. Miners leading 10-0 at halftime, and the second half begins, and that ball should squib out of bounds. It does, so the Miners will have good field position to start off the second half.
Looks like he got that off the side of his foot. He has been kicking quite well, actually. And that kickoff.
That one didn't go so well.
Not so good. It'll be placed on the 35-yard line, and the Miners will take over.
So, 1st and 10, 35-yard line. Good field position to start for the Miners. In fact, I believe Coda's best starting field position in the game so far. So let's see what he and the Miners can do with it. Coda talking to Humphers. Dickinson behind him. Back to pass. Sends it on over here in the flat. Nice reception by Jason Murray.
Murray didn't know exactly where he was supposed to line up. He was anticipating getting the pass from the beginning. You can kind of see that. Coda giving him directions with hand signals, and he finally set himself on the far wide right and received the pass for a nice little gain.
2nd and 4. Opening moments of the second half. Jim Adams, Paul Brown bringing you all the action here from Hooper Stadium opening night. Handoff, but a flag flies first. And I think that's going to be offsides against McQueen, and it is. So Miners should get a first down on that penalty.
And I believe you're right, Jim. Let's see, they'll march that off, and they'll move the chains.
So one play, first down for Nevada Union. Coda in the shotgun, in motion, needs a block, steps up, throws, incomplete. Underthrown, and Davis had a beat on it, but couldn't quite come up with it.
I believe that ball hit the back of the defender. Davis was open, waiting for the pass to arrive, and the defender just kind of got in the way.
Well, let's face it, again, Cota didn't have a lot of time to throw.
That may have been Austin Marks out there, Jim.
I think it was.
It was number 82, Austin Marks, the tight end. That's the first throw that we've seen.
And a
him.
fumble by Nevada Union, and they turn it over to McQueen. The Lancers recover inside Nevada Union territory at the Miner 47.
Big play by the Miners, putting the ball on the ground. You know, Jim, they never really seemed settled when they came back out in this first series of plays. They got their first down, but from that very first setup, the Miners looked like they didn't know exactly where they were.
And that ball got left on the field. And now it's first down, back to live action. Handoff, dragged down in the backfield. That is Vallejo as he takes down and minimizes Weber.
Wow, big play by Vallejo. He was in the backfield faster than they can hand that ball off. Hopefully we have a replay of that.
He shot the gap, hit Weber, took him down, 3-yard loss.
So the defensive dominance continues by the Miners.
Another handoff up the middle. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, right next to Vallejo again. Hank Humphers in on the tackle, and that's going to be Penny on the carry.
And brings third down just over 10 yards. The past two possessions prior to half, this Lancer team went 3 and out 2 times in a row. Let's see if they do it now. They need 10 yards.
Miners playing the pass, and back he goes. Looking, throws, and it's caught for a first down.
Great catch out there on the right side. Let's see if we can get the number. It's number 18 on the Lancers. Giglio, the senior.
So Agliolo on the reception and a first down. Shuttling into the game is Austin Marks. There's the handoff, and it is Natty Penny again.
Straight up the middle. Penny finding a little bit of room there. Gets 4 yards.
9.5 minutes to go. Third quarter action. Miners lead 10-0. So a 2nd and 6. Fakes the handoff, rolls right, throws, man wide open. Reception, a little bit outside the 10, and it looks like it will be at about the 12-yard line. And it's Austin Rukdavornashal with the reception, and that will be a 1st and 10. McQueen can pick up another first down at about the 2. Threatening now, almost 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Up the middle. Bulls his way to about the 5.
Austin Marks on the tackle. Had him by the jersey, was being drug along before he finally got him down after a gain of about 5.
Penny again with the carry, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 4.
The Lancers are finding their sea legs finally on offense here. Picking up big chunks of yardage.
Man in motion. Flags first.
I believe that'll be offsides. Let's see. It is.
And it's against the Miners.
Half the distance to the goal.
And so that'll make it a 2nd down and 2.5.
Let's see if Fritzen goes to Weber or to Penny. I would imagine they'll be hitting that line on the left side.
Penny stood up at the line of scrimmage, pushed backwards on a good gang tackle, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Right behind big number 57, Eddie Coffer. But they don't get any yardage that time.
So actually a loss of about a half a yard, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. They can pick up a 1st down at about the 2-yard line. And before the play can come off, there is a penalty, there's a timeout by the Lancers. So they want to get it straight here. A big 3rd down play inside the red zone of Nevada Union, a 3rd down and 3 from about the 5-yard line.
So, Jim, what's different on this series of plays that we haven't seen before?
Well, I think that they had a couple of really good pass receptions. The running game of McQueen really hasn't overly impressed me, and they've hit in this series on a couple of good 3rd down plays with some passing formations that have worked for them, and that's what puts them in position. Now, with that said, Miners shot themselves in the foot with an offsides when it was 1st and 10, and from there, really only 2 yards gained by the Lancers in the next 2 plays.
Miners defense comes back out on the field.
So this is a good test right here for the Miners. A big 3rd down and 3. Man in motion. Fakes. Throws. Incomplete. Batted away.
Number 14, Espinoza, putting the big paw up and knocking down a pass that surely, if it had been caught, would have been a touchdown.
So that makes it 4th down. And from around extra point territory, it appears as though McQueen denied the 6 points.
Is going to take 3.
Well,
I'm not sure. Is that the field goal team or not? Yes, it looks like they're bringing out the tee.
And if they're not careful, they're going to get hit with a delay of game. They're sure taking their time. Spotted, kicked, and good. So the Miners bend. They don't quite break. They give up 3, but they maintain their lead. This time 10-3 with 7:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. So, the best thing the Miners could do here would be to come out and take the ball and move it down the field. You know that they're capable of doing that. And let's take a look at Espinoza's play here.
So Espinoza follows the play. He can see the eyes of the quarterback and gets right in front of that ball. I tell you, Jim, had he been a little more of a riverboat gambler, he might have been able to pick that ball off, but he did what he should have done. He knocked it down and forced the 4th down play. We saw Espinoza last year, a brilliant defender. Saw him in many occasions with game-saving tackles last year, so coming right back off and doing that again.
A lot expected of Miguel this year, and I'm sure he will be able to deliver. And so here is the kickoff. High and deep, and that one will go into the end zone and out of it. I think that Gareth Noxon had a chance to return that ball, but they put themselves at about the 10 thinking it would be that deep. So Coda now needs to come out and move this team.
They do.
Miners.
He needs to get them settled, Jim. That last series of plays, they never really settled. They seemed to be a little bit out of sync, and it ended up with putting the ball on the ground. So Coda needs to get a first down and then get another first down and move them into some position where they've got a chance to get some open field.
No turnovers.
No turnovers.
They need to hang
no
on to the
penalties.
ball. He knows that he can mix. If he gets the protection, he knows he can mix the passes with the running plays. So first down, man in motion, gives it. Great gain on the play. Jason Murray with the carry.
Good looking hole, and Murray, nothing fancy, just finds that slant off tackle, picks up 8 yards.
Murray has had a good game tonight too. Davis comes out here near side, split wide. Hank Humphers on the carry. Nice gain, first down yardage for Nevada Union.
Good work by Hank Humphers, finding the middle of the field, making a quick cutback.
And so a first down. The clock has stopped.
And there is a new sponsor for us, American Pride Detailing, and they will have the scoreboard for the second half. Welcome.
Coda needs to continue this drive. 6:46 to go in the third quarter. Miners in front by 7, 10-3. Shotgun. Man in motion. Fakes. Throws. Completion, but nothing beyond that. In fact, I believe the Miner on the play, which was Hank Humphers, lost his helmet, and he did.
And losing a couple of yards as well, Jim. Play really never had a chance to develop. Humphers out there in the flat did manage to catch the ball, and it was for a loss of yardage. So we got a timeout now on the field. Is it?
Well, and
Humphers
there's
coming off.
no signal, and now the clock begins. Fakes the handoff. Good protection. Throws and almost intercepted after batted away by number 47, Austin Rukthavojnal.
Easy for you to say. Great play, though, in the flat. And again, Coda gained the ball, batted down. I believe that's the second or maybe even the third time tonight that the Lancers have managed to get a hand up and knock his pass down. Coda is not a real tall quarterback, Jim. He is only about 6 foot tall. And so he needs a throwing lane in order to find his receivers. Very accurate when he does get a lane, but perhaps we're finding out what the defense is going to do against him, and that's put a hand up.
Halfway through the third quarter, back to pass. This time has time to throw. And there's Davis. Oh. What happened? Davis didn't see it.
He lost the ball. He lost the ball. It was a beautiful move. It was a pump fake. Davis went right around the receiver. The ball was thrown up, and he lost it in the lights. He's pointing at the lights on the sideline now, and he is as disappointed as anyone. That was 7 points.
Indeed, Davis was wide open, his only faux paw of the night, and a big one at that, but he lost that ball somehow, and Sill back to punt with 5:56 to go, third quarter action. Here comes that rush again, and a great punt, calls for a fair catch, and then takes it. DeLon Buncio, and the Lancers get the ball back. They have scored the only 3 points of the second half. Miners took the kickoff, have failed on 2 straight series, and now it's the Lancers' turn to try to tie this game up or take the lead.
Well, the Lancers are coming off the last series with some momentum, Jim. Let's see if they go back to that pass in the flats that got them the yardage they needed to get into that field goal position.
So 1st and 10, Miners with an adjustment at the defensive line. Handoff up the middle, but the Miners are absolutely waiting for them. Tanner Vallejo again takes, I believe, Penny and flattens him.
Vallejo saw the hole open up. Penny saw the hole at the same time, and immediately Vallejo darts through to make an aggressive tackle. He is really something. I'll tell you what. He's gotten better every year. And
that was Strabel on the carry. So that'll be a 2nd down and 10. Approaching 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Motion man, back to pass, being pursued, taken down. Coverage is missed, and this Ian Davis is going to pull him down right at the goal line, and so McQueen is totally in business. So a total blown coverage there.
I was watching Tanner Vallejo put the quarterback on his back immediately after releasing the ball. So unfortunately, I can't tell you why there was such a blown coverage, but there wasn't anybody within 25 yards. I'm surprised that Davis could run him down.
So a 1st and goal at the 2.
Here's the replay. And Gil, if you could run that replay back one more time. Perhaps after this play.
So McQueen again on their passing game puts themselves in a great position, but that is Penny on the carry and no gain.
Here's a replay again. Now watch. You can watch Tanner Vallejo come through, and he just cracks the quarterback. But
look at that.
Yeah, there is nobody out there. There may not have been a defensive back on the left side at all.
Wow. Something to work on. So a 2nd and goal, a loss of a half a yard on the play. Tries to throw it over the middle, and it's complete for the touchdown. And the receiver, Austin Ruchtha-Volstall. So with 4:10 to play in the third quarter, McQueen has come back with 9 straight points to bring themselves to within 1 point of the Miners, pending the extra point. Spotted, kicked, and good.
Good.
So we are tied at 10 from Hooper Stadium. Nevada Union against Nevada State champion McQueen with 4:10 to go.
And Jim, mistakes on the side of Nevada Union is what is killing them right now. They first put the ball on the ground early, which was resulted in 3 points by the Lancers, and then a complete blown coverage, allowing a receiver to get wide open, and that pass play resulted in what ended up as the 6-point touchdown, the only one tonight by the Lancers. Here's the touchdown play one more time. Let's take another look at it. And it's a look-in pass to the tight end. He'll fake in the middle. He pumps once and then just drops a little floater. He goes up and gets it like a center in basketball, goes up to get a basketball rebound. And
well,
it's 6 points.
You know, Paul, if you take a look at it, the run defense has been very solid. And there's the American Pride detailing scoreboard. We are tied at 10. 10 third quarter points here for McQueen. That one is high and deep and out of the end zone for a touchback.
Gil, if you turn your mic up just a touch.
You know, and here's the thing that's interesting is that the Miners have played very solid defensively. There has been a handful of passing plays that have betrayed them. And so there is the area where they really need the help this year, or this game so far.
4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Game is tied. And we've said it before, Jim, the Miners need to establish themselves on offense again and put together a drive.
Handoff to Humphers, sidesteps one tackler, but barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gets a few inches. Hank's slow to get up. And limping off of the field is Jason Murray. Coach Jamie takes him immediately over to the training table. Holding his left knee is Murray. In considerable pain. 3.5 to go, third quarter. This third quarter has been all McQueen. 2nd and 10. Fakes the handoff, goes the left side, finds the hole, breaks through, first down, more yardage to the 39-yard line of Nevada Union. First down, Miners. Kyle Coda calls his own number.
And we're going to go down on the field to Scott. Hopper. Here he is, Hop.
Thank you, guys. I just wanted to bring you up to speed that after the Lancers tied up the game, senior Cole Hannum, he was going up and down the sidelines, giving spirit and really trying to lift his teammates up. And it looks like they'll be back at it here. They're starting to move the ball. Back to you guys.
1st and 10. Handoff, but a loss of yardage. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 13. Here's our replay. Back to live action.
There's the replay now. And this is Coda. And Coda had the option to go outside and just decided to take what was given to him, and that was a big gaping hole in the left side. Coda, very quick, manages to get the first down for the Miners. Now
live
there's
action.
that play to
Ian
Davis, and they need a flag on this play.
Davis being pushed and pushed,
Where's
but
the
no
flag?
call.
And they don't like it here in the stands. He was clearly being held.
Defended on the play by Delon Buncio. So a promising drive now has a 3rd down and 13. 2:15 to go, third quarter.
Coda going back to the same play that Davis lost in the lights earlier. The little hitch and go with a pump fake. Davis was open again, but the defender, let's say, had a grasp on the situation.
So a big play here for Coda and his Miner teammates. Davis here near side. Has time to throw. Throws it to Davis, but overthrows him this time, and that'll be 4th down.
So the Miners able to get 1 first down in this series, but not able to complete the pass they needed to Davis in order to extend the drive.
So the Miners, 3 third quarter drives, all of which ended in punts. Still trying to find that rhythm. And McQueen has had a great punt rush tonight, and they almost get a block there.
Buncio back to receive it. He will pick it up on the run.
And he's going to double back, trying to find a hole. Flag goes down. And I believe we will have a penalty against McQueen. Looked like perhaps it was a block in the back.
Good coverage on the play. Tackle made by Voigt. Joe Voigt in, getting congratulations from Coach Humphers.
So that will take the ball back to the 31, but the third quarter has consisted of a handful of passing plays by McQueen, and you know what that means. Next week when Nevada Union goes to Grant, you know that Grant's going to be throwing the ball.
You got to know that. Well, this has been the tale of two halves for the Miners today, Jim. They looked fantastic in the first half. We were wondering if the Lancers would even get another first down, let alone score, and here we are at 3/4 of the way through the third quarter, and we've got a tie ball game.
And there's a fumble, ball on the ground, and it goes out of bounds for about a 1-yard gain with 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Well, you know, and the game is a series of adjustments, and there are adjustments in this situation that the Miners are going to have to make, Paul. So
here's the replay. Gil, we need you to turn your mic up a little, and it's a pitch outside. Ball goes on the ground. He boots the ball a bit. Fortunately for the Lancers, it goes out of bounds.
We'll call it a 2nd and 10. Handoff. Oh, nice play by the Miners there. Again, I believe it was Hank Humphers who really stuck. And it was. Humphers again losing his helmet. And Penny on the carry, but Humphers was the man to take him down, and he was successful. Humphers comes off. Hart goes in, 3rd and 9. So a big play right here, Paul. 3rd down and 9 for McQueen. McQueen in need of a first down. They seem to be able to pull it out of the hat. And there it is. Good pass protection over the middle and complete. This will be a big gain inside Miner territory and out of bounds at the 29-yard line. And a flag comes in late. And I know that will be against the Lancers. Agliolo and a terrible block was placed on one of the Miners. Let's see if we can see this behind the play.
Oh, let's watch it develop here. He looks and finds Agliolo across the middle, relatively open. He had a couple of receivers to choose from, and Agliolo gets away. Now let's see if we can find the block here. We should see it. There's the block, and that was just a nasty block from the back. Deservingly should have a penalty. They are still picking up. I'm not sure who that is. Let's see it one more time, and we'll see it from another angle here. Coming across, taking
Look on the left-hand side of your screen.
A little faster.
Here it comes right there from the left-hand side, right in the back.
Yep. So we're going to see where the ball will be spotted.
It depends on what the call is, whether it will be a 10-yard penalty or a 15-yard penalty, and it is the 15-yard penalty variety, and what was a huge play gains a first down, but brings up a 1st and 10, still inside McQueen territory. And, I think that we've been able to see surface a few of the things, Paul, that the Miners need to work on.
And pass defense is one of them, Jim. There was a lot of receivers available and open over in that middle. Fritzen had his choice and was easily able to complete that pass. Let's see if they go back to the passing game now. They do.
Back to pass, throws long. That'll be incomplete. In the area, though, was Agliolo, Nick Agliolo, number 18, defended by Ian Davis. And it probably would have been easier for Ian to catch that ball than Agliolo. So a 2nd and 10, 46 seconds left in this third quarter. Handoff, almost taken down, gets into the secondary, romps for first down yardage, gets more yardage, takes it inside Miner territory. A great gain on the play by number 5, Lucas Weber.
And Weber could have been taken down by a number of Miners. Finally, Jake Berger comes from behind and saves the touchdown. Very poor tackling on the side of the Miner defense. Jim, I thought he was going to go down for a loss.
Well, they had one good shot at him in the backfield. Didn't convert that opportunity, and instead a big gain inside of Miner territory to the 27-yard line, 1st and 10.
Quick
and
handoff.
Another nice gain by McQueen, close to first down yardage, and graciously the third quarter on that play will come to an end. So McQueen threatening, 10-10 the score, and we will look forward to some fourth quarter action. Miners now, Paul, kind of with their backs against the wall.
Well, this has really been a turn of events, Jim. We didn't see this one coming after the first half. And now the Lancers certainly have momentum on their side, being able to throw the ball pretty much at will. Fritzen finding his arm and finding his receivers both over the middle and to the outside. And the Miners really don't have anything that they can do about it. Let's go down to Scott on the field.
Yeah, hi guys. I just wanted to give you an injury update on the Nevada Union defensive back who was clearly shaken up on that play that was a long play that was called back earlier in this quarter. His name is Cantera, I think Alcantara technically, number 37. He was reporting of lower back injury. The doctors did take a look at him, put him on ice, and walked away. He is smiling, so I anticipate that he will be okay. Not certain at this point if he will see further action this evening. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Scott. Well, a reversal of fortune for Nevada Union. They went into halftime with a lot of confidence.
Thank you.
And that confidence has evaporated a little bit. And here we go, starting the fourth quarter. Handoff, Penny again. Miners gang tackle, take him down. Vallejo got in on it. The first touch on that play was by Nick Mafucci.
And very, very close to a first down. It'll be third down, and if a foot, that may be generous. I would imagine they're going to measure. No, they're going to call it third down.
Okay, so
officials having the line right there to see if it is advanced far enough. Big play by the Miners defense right here, Jim.
That just connects that.
So here we go, man in motion. Handoff, first down yardage. So a good test here early on for Nevada Union. Going into the fourth quarter tied, this is a quarter they're going to have to own.
They're going to have to own it. And the first thing they're going to have to do is turn this momentum around. The Lancers are running the football, and they're running in the places they tried to in the first quarter and were unsuccessful. Now they're blowing holes open, Jim, in the middle.
And he says, hey, go. And then I asked you, you got something? You just shake your head, and then I tell
Let's see if they go back to the air or they keep going off the left side.
Very good. Did you get the roster?
No,
Handoff, right side. Oh, Matt hard on the play. Carrying the ball, number 44, Greg Rea.
And a big hit, Jake Berger. Coming up to put a helmet on the ball carrier. Gain of only about 2 yards.
Berger, a two-sport player, basketball and football. His parents, William and Susan Berger, very involved in the basketball program, had the opportunity to work with both of them on several projects last year, but a second down and 8. Up the middle, maybe got 3. It's going to be a third down and 5.
Fritzen goes to the sideline to get the play.
10 minutes to go, fourth quarter action.
Yoshimaru coming in the game now. Fritzen
takes a long time to call this play.
Clock continues to run.
Back judge looks at his watch. Third and 5. And the Miners are going to get him for a loss.
And
there's the ball. Oh my gosh! Miners going the other way. Hank Humphers needs a block by Ian Davis. Davis doesn't need to give it. Touchdown, Miners! Unbelievable.
What a turn of fortune for the Miners. Humphers being in the right place at the right time, the ball going on the ground. The ball carrier, who I believe was Weber, tried to squeeze an extra yard or two and stayed on his feet. And amongst the gang tackling by the Miners, the ball squirts out, Humphers picks it up and goes the distance. 6 points, Miners.
You know, let's still have his opportunity here at the extra point. Spotted, kicked, and good. Let's take a look at this here for a minute, Paul. Hank Humphers had the opportunity to do the safe thing and fall on the ball.
True.
But instead, he picked it up, began to gallop, and in the long run, he didn't need Ian Davis.
That's absolutely true. And Davis,
Hank hurt himself. On that play. He came off the field limping, and there you see him on the sidelines. There's a good shot of Hank. Coach Jamie talking to him, treating him. 2 seasons ago, let's remind you that Hank tore his ACL in about week number 3 or 4 and was out for the entire season. But this place has gone quiet. The Miners on an unbelievable play. Here's McQueen knocking at the door, looking ready to take the lead. And on one play, it's Humphers who recovers the fumble by a fairly steady quarterback in Tyler Fritzen. And once he picked up that ball, he really wasn't touched. The American Pride detailing scoreboard. Miners take the 17-10 lead. Wow. And with 9:16 to play, Nevada Union back in the driver's seat. High, deep, into the end zone. And
the Miners defense will come back out on the field, minus one of their better players. Humphers will be sitting on the bench. Humphers is having water dripped all over him. He is...
and you wonder how much...
He is vomiting on the sideline. And he is looking...
Gil, if you could
like
take a quick shot of Hank Humphers there on the bench. Let's do it maybe after this play. 1st down and 10. Now the Miners, Paul, the Miners really need to hold. Back to pass. Throws. Completion. From there, a 3-yard gain.
Back to that sideline pass that they
and
were
there
so
is,
successful with.
Well, that isn't a very pleasant shot.
Humphers.
And so, Hank Ailing, wonder how much of it
may be just exhaustion too.
Yeah, I mean,
ran a long
this
way.
is this is an 80-degree night to be playing a game.
Right.
He's going both ways. He plays offense and defense. He's touched the ball a lot tonight.
He's taken some hits, and he just ran 80 yards for a
Back
touchdown.
to pass and incomplete. So that's going to be a 3rd down and 7. Doreen Humphers heading down towards the field. Coach Jamie there with him. Maybe Scott could go down there and find out what's going on. A little bit of worry here early. He came off limping and then proceeded to become sick on the sidelines, as you saw moments ago. 3rd down.
Oh, the ball's on the ground.
Ball's on the ground. That'll be a 4th down. The Miners now hold, and they're going to be able to get that ball back again. So, wow, could one play have switched the momentum more?
It would certainly appear to be, Jim. The Lancers obviously shaken, unable to put any kind of offense together. The plays that were working just one series ago went nowhere during this series of plays. They only managed 2 yards, and they're punting the football.
And there's the punt. Davis is calling for the fair catch and safely makes it. Miners with good field position. They will start set up shop at the 48-yard line of Nevada Union. The 43-yard line of Nevada Union. Humphers still on the bench. Coach Jamie Wise putting cold water down his back. Wise still attending to him.
I think it's exhaustion. I think he's having a problem as far as just getting his wind
and
in.
it could be dehydration, too.
Very much so.
On a night like tonight, arguably this may be the warmest game of the season, but here's the Miners with a chance really to put the nail in the coffin. Dickinson on the carry, but he is going to lose yardage.
7 minutes and 39 seconds left in the quarter. The clock is running. Dickinson moving laterally, loses maybe a half a yard. It'll be second down.
Huge opportunity, though, here for Nevada Union.
They can generate some offense, Jim.
Well, even a field goal would be huge in this situation. Moving down towards the 7-minute mark. Miners need to get over the ball. Shotgun formation. No back offense. Man in motion. Fakes, throws, completion. And gets a positive 2 yards. It's going to be a 3rd down and 8.
Davis once again looking for a blocker out on the quick pass to the sideline. Finding none. Only managed to get just a couple of yards. You see Davis out there, hands on his knees. First game of the season, Jim. I think these guys are getting tired, especially those doing double duty.
Well, on the other hand, Dave Humphers has always been known as a team that is very fit physically. So 6:19 now to go and a 3rd down and 8. Big play coming up. Heavy rush. Steps into the pocket. There's Davis. Completion by Davis. Inside the 15. First down, Miners.
Ian Davis showing his hands, going back for the ball, making the adjustment at the last minute over the top of the defender. We're seeing the beginning of what may be a wonderful relationship between Coda and Davis this season. Coda, knowing he can go to this receiver, and with very sure hands, pulls in a big first down.
So here we go, first down for the Miners, now in field goal range, inside the 15-yard line. Clock continues to run, 5:55 to go, 4th quarter. Dickinson in the backfield.
Ball's on the ground.
But the Miners recover. That handoff just did not happen, but Dickinson recovered it.
Replay, and watch. He barely gets this ball off, eludes this defender, and pulls a beautiful spiral out right on the numbers. Davis coming back, hands, thumbs together, pulls the ball in.
Let's face it, if you get that ball within the same zip code as Davis, he's going to turn it into something successful. You got to get it to him. Once you get it to him, you're in good shape.
Option play.
Fake option takes it down to the 10.
Coda, finding that the pitch is not available, keeps the ball over the left side. It'll
3rd and long.
3rd long. 3rd and 6. That option play, Jim, has worked well all night long.
Well, this isn't a critical 6 yards, but it would be nice to get the first down. Miners need to venture inside the 5-yard line. 4:40 to go. Miners need to get over the ball. They cannot afford a 5-yard delay of game penalty. And they take too long.
And that is a drive killer right there. They were rolling out to the right. Coda was going to be passing on the move.
Well,
Now it's going to be third down and 11.
Paul, you knew that was running late.
Yeah.
And, when Dave went off the field in the first half, he said, we don't want any more delay of game penalties. But now it's going to be a third and more than 10.
4 minutes, 27 seconds left.
Let's see what Coda comes up with here. Oh, big rush, and he can't get away. Down he goes.
Lancers bringing everybody, including the center, number 65, and that's McIntyre, Wisdom McIntyre, the senior, coming in to get Coda. They were bringing the kitchen sink that time, Jim.
Well, a couple of adjustments that the Miners will need to make. One is the pass defense, and other is the pass rush.
We talked about Sill earlier. This is a big field goal attempt right here. It'll be about
35 yards. Spotted, kicked, long enough, spinning, bang, good. Miners take a 10-point lead with 3:45 to play.
And Sill is showing his value right there. That big leg and accurate leg of Sill comes through for his second field goal of the night. I'm impressed. So we're going to be talking about our three players of the game.
Our three stars of tonight's contest, and there are a lot in the mix. We have Hank Humphers has had a huge game. He is now off the bench. Here is the scoreboard, the American Pride Detailing scoreboard. Look at that, the tale of two quarters. 10 in the third by McQueen and 10 in the fourth by the Miners. And so now the Miners have a chance. We're going to see how good they are at closing it out.
Ready for kicking off. Sills takes aim and pumps another one deep into the end zone. There's not going to be any return here.
How can Sill be more perfect on the night? He has converted all of his extra points. He has converted every field goal attempt he has tried, and they haven't been easy ones. He's kicked every ball out of the end zone.
No, he's been
Well, Paul and I comparing notes here, and we may have to take this to arbitration. Our three stars of the game, we aren't on the same wavelength. I think I'm the senior man on the crew. Back to pass. Looking. Here comes the Miners. And down he goes. Clock will continue to run. 3:35 to play. Second down. Lancers do have 3 timeouts.
3 minutes and 24 seconds left. 10-point lead by the NU Miners over the 2011 Nevada State champion, McQueen Lancers.
So second down. Back to pass, throws long, out in front, but incomplete, overthrown on the play. As with Davis on a couple of those plays, he had a good shot there at hitting Agliolo.
Agliolo stretched out for that ball. Maybe just another foot. We'll see it again here on the replay. Lots and lots of time. Nobody around him. He had a choice of other receivers, and he decided to try for the whole enchilada and just overthrows Agliolo.
So back again over the middle. That's complete. That's first down yardage. Good tackle by the Miners.
Clock continues to run.
Well, it's stopped now for the moment at 2:50.
As soon as they set these chains, they'll light the clock back up.
And there we go.
The Miners cannot coast. This team is throwing the football, and they were just inches away from having a long score 2 plays ago.
In fact, they need to focus on another turnover just as they did in the early moments of the fourth quarter. Over the middle, that should be intercepted, and it is. And that is Hank Humphers. Humphers down the sidelines, needs a block! Hold down at the 1!
And Hank, with a little bit of esprit de corps at the end, thought he had the end zone and was taken down at the 1-yard line. You gotta love Hank Humphries.
You know,
we just had a picture of him
to this.
vomiting on the sideline, and the man comes back in the football game, rejuvenated, catches an interception, and darn near scores.
He recovers a fumble. He goes the distance, comes off the field limping and sick, goes back into the play, and makes a key interception to apparently close it out. That's huge.
Yeah, here's the replay. Let's check it out. Now watch. Humphers sets this guy up perfectly, waits, comes right across and takes the ball. He knew exactly where the quarterback was going.
Look what he does with it now, Paul.
And now he takes it up the side. Now watch. He gets a little playful here at the end, Jim. He takes it up the sideline, and right about here, he thinks he's gold. Taking it up the sideline, and he reaches the ball out right there. Lucky he didn't fumble it. He needs to tuck that thing in and go for the gold.
Back on the bench, Coach Jamie Weiss over to take a look at Hank. And he's getting attention again on the sidelines.
Hank Humphers is a warrior. This is the kid that as a sophomore we watched go down with a full-blown reconstruct on the ACL. You and I were so upset about that the night after that game. Everybody watched Hank as they took him away that night. Came back the next season, last year, did a wonderful job on defense.
Miners with a chance to close it out. Dickinson with the carry. The good news is that the clock keeps running. The Miners don't make it into the end zone. It wouldn't be bad if they took a couple of plays to take a minute or so off of this clock.
I agree, Jim.
I agree. We are almost on the 2-minute mark.
So we're going to talk now about the 3 stars of the game. And Jim and I now have come to the conclusion that it will be Hank Humphers will be the number 1 star of the game.
Heroic performance in the fourth quarter by Humphers.
Well put. Heroic is definitely the word. And they score.
Miners put the icing on the cake. 1:39 to play. They'll take a 26-10 lead pending the extra point. Here's our 3 stars of the game. Our apologies to Ian Davis. He played an incredible game. He was a star. He couldn't do much better. Anything that came into his area, he caught, but he's our number 3 star tonight. Our number 2 star with what is absolutely a perfect night, Brayton Sill. Unbelievable.
Kicking every
special
ball,
teams.
Every kickoff into the end zone. There wasn't a single return. 2 field goals. I believe they're both at 40 or beyond.
Coda comes off the field limping. Oh, he's got cramps. Ball is spotted and kicked. And Sill gets another one. So number 2 is going to go to Brayton Sill. That's exactly the reason why. He has 3 chances at extra points. He converts all of them. He kicks every ball on kickoff out of the end zone. He has a 40-yarder. He has a 35-yarder. And he converts both of those for key field goals at key moments in the game. He's our number 2 star. Our number 1 star goes to Hank Humphers. Hank Humphers with nothing less than a heroic performance tonight for the Miners. And there is our American Pride detailing scoreboard. Again, number 3 star, Ian Davis. Number 2 star, Brayton Sill. Number 1 star, Hank Humphers.
So as you can see the scoring tonight, Jim, the Miners stalling in the third quarter. Coming out, we're going to watch the replay here. This is the scoring handoff. They punch it into the end zone.
But this team historically has been a good fourth quarter team. And let's go down on the field, and let's go down to Scott. Scott, how's the carnage look down there?
Well, guys, let me just tell you that when Dave Humphries called timeout, had his boys take a knee, he gave a little direction, but really the direction came from the quarterback as to what their assignments were and what he needed from them to get the ball into the goal line. Back to you guys.
Kyle Cota now back up on his feet. I think he had a cramp. I think he's lost a lot of liquid. There's the ball, kicked high, kicked deep, again out of the end zone. A perfect night for Brayton Sill. If it hadn't have been for the performance of Hank Humphers, Sill could have been considered number one, but Humphers' performance out of the galaxy tonight. Unbelievable ending to his night, Paul.
Well, it's also an unbelievable ending and an excellent fourth quarter by the Miners tonight, who basically showed up late to the third quarter and didn't really show up again until the fourth quarter, scoring 17 points tonight.
Well, and to take it even a step further.
Now ball's on the ground. Let's see who gets it. It looks like the Lancers will recover.
To take it a step further, if you take a look, 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. One Humphers scores. The other Humphers sets up with the interception. Huge fourth quarter for Hank Humphers.
And that's where the turnaround of the game was. Let's face it. The Lancers had their ball inside the 10-yard line. They were going to score at least a field goal. And they put the ball on the ground, and Humphers takes it back the other direction and scores. That's when this game turned around in favor of the NU Miners.
Scores, limps off the field, goes to the bench, gets sick, goes back in the game, records the interception, and runs it to the 2.
You got to love it.
Miners owning the fourth quarter. Handoff up the middle. Nice gain, but not first down yardage, so that will keep the clock running with a mere 34 seconds to play. And so that will be a 2nd down and 2, but only 20 seconds to go. So we are approaching the conclusion of this contest. Down to 10 seconds. Back to pass. Looks, throws, almost intercepted, but that is going to be pass interference against Terry Graham.
So with 5 seconds on the clock, the Lancers will fire off one more play.
Unless there's a defensive foul, this is going to be it. And Paul, how would you analyze this opening night for the Miners?
You know, it's been, like we talked about, it's going to be a tale of two halves. They came out with energy. They came out early and were clearly the dominant team in the first half, Jim. And I think what we've got to remember is it was a hot night, as evidenced by Humphers on the sideline, who was having a problem, looks like, with maybe dehydration. I think they got a little tired. They came in at halftime, they came back out, and the Miners sputtered in the third quarter. We saw a lot of the players, of the specialty team players, and those players that go both directions. I think they lost their legs late in the game. And so that will change as they become more conditioned and more game worthy. But overall, you gotta love the fact that they just took it to the state champ, the Nevada state champs, and was an excellent test for this first game.
And so week 0 is over. Nevada Union takes on the Nevada state champion, the McQueen Lancers, and the Miners come away with 17 fourth quarter points and a 27-10 victory. We will be back with our post-game show in just a moment. You're watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Miner football. This is the Touchdown Production Sports Network.
You need to head upstairs and use the cement wall.
Gold and silver are more important as a part of your investment portfolio more now than ever before. There's inflationary pressures. China alone could push the gold price more than double from $1,000 to $2,000 an ounce. Hi, my name is Jason Hommel and welcome to the JH Mint. Here at the JH Mint we have all sorts of gold and silver. We have about 200 ounces of gold. We have about 20,000 ounces of silver or more in stock. We also assay or scrap gold jewelry and placer gold, and we will be here for all of your gold and silver investing needs Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The Painter family's been feeding Nevada County football players and their families since 1959. October marks 52 years of service to our community. At SPD, you'll always find USDA choice beef and a full-service meat department, complete deli section, locally grown produce, and a post office. Everything you need that makes SPD so special. SPD Markets, hometown proud, where your neighbors shop.
Mike Bratton is the neighbor you can count on for your most important insurance decisions, 24 hours a day.
The first step begins with a phone call. Hi, I'm Mike Bratton, your good neighbor State Farm agent, and I look forward to hearing from you. Since 1984, my team and I have been educating clients and developing long-term relationships through personalized and professional guidance on their insurance programs. We will put you in the driver's seat and strive to enhance each encounter you have with us.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The Owl has been part of Mill Street for 132 years. The hand-carved Austrian cherrywood bar was built in 1880, and the food has become legendary with entrees including steak and prawns cooked to perfection. Pair your meal with a selection from their extensive wine list. Your host, Steve Graham, invites you to step back in time and enjoy a great meal with family and friends at the new Owl Grill and Saloon.
Can he hear us? No. So back here live at Hooper Stadium, time for the Nevada Union alma mater. Players all gather here for this moment. We wanted to get a post-game segment with Hank Humphers. It appears as though Hank has retired for the evening. He's We're going to try to get Brayton Sill. Hank Humphers not available. So we're going to see if we can maybe get a post-game segment here quickly with Brayton Sill. He's right in the middle of the mix down there. And the Miners celebrate this first victory. Well-played game for the Miners. And they really turned it on in the fourth quarter. Good chance here for Scott to grab Sill, but Sill walked right by him.
It's tough to find people down there in that crowd, and Scott's looking, but unfortunately he's not having a lot of success.
But the Miners with a nice victory here tonight. A well-played contest for Nevada Union.
You couldn't ask for a better first game, Jim.
No.
They accomplished a lot of things. I think they're working out a lot of the bugs that they needed to work on. But when the plays needed to be made, they were successful at turning it around.
I think that Dave is able to focus in on some of the things that are necessary. We'll be back with our final segment in just a moment. You're watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Miner football. This is the Touchdown Productions Sports Network.
B&C is your neighborhood home and garden center for both builders and consumers. They carry everything you need. In their garden center, you'll find a complete nursery along with expert advice on trees, shrubs, perennials, and garden enhancements. They're open 7:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 8 to 5 on Sunday. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center in the Fowler Center, Grass Valley. Your car or truck is an extension of your personality. Chuck Cavros knows this, so Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with in-store displays featuring thousands of products from WeatherGuard, DZ, bracket truck racks, along with a large selection of aftermarket performance products, all from the top manufacturers. So give your car or truck the attitude it deserves at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories.
Hi, my name's Mark from Swayze's Public Wholesale at 140 East McKnight Way. At Swayze's, we have all kinds of automotive tools. We have all kinds of fasteners, 3 different pitches of metrics. We have safety equipment. And don't forget our glove world. We carry over 600 styles of gloves. If your canopy was damaged this winter, we have all the parts and supplies to fix and repair it or expand it. It's Swayze's Public Wholesale. We have everything you need for everything you do. Open every day, 8 to 5 on the weekdays, open till 4 on the weekends.
Hauser Family reminds you if it's round, rubber, and it rolls, then you're sure to find it at Plaza Tire and Auto Service. From regular car and truck tires to small specialty tires for your trailers and golf carts, you can trust Plaza Tire has the tire for you. They stake their reputations on it every day. Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs, in Penn Valley, Nevada City, and in Colfax.
There you see the post-game ceremonies of I've Got a Guy. Miners win tonight by the score of 27-10. Player of the game is Hank Humphers, and that may be Hank there. I wish we could get a close-up if we could. I think it is Hank. I think there is Hank right there. He's got to be a pretty exhausted guy, and it is Hank. So there he is, our number 1 player of the game. Hank owned the 4th quarter. Hank turned the game around for the Miners. Some might contend that he took it from a 10-10 tie to a 27-10 victory. Miners also won on the foot of Brayton Sill and with the hands of Ian Davis. So a good team effort, good game out of the chute, huh, Paul?
I think so, too. And we can see that this is an excellent football team. They have all the tools. They have all the skilled players to take it deep this season, and only time will tell how they do. Next week at Grant, big game, Jim, big game.
That will be huge. Please stay tuned next week. Next Saturday, 8 o'clock on Comcast Channel 11, Sunlink 16. Saturday night at 8, Wave Broadband Channel 20. That's one you're not going to miss. That is going to be a great barometer of what we have here this year.
I agree.
Our executive producer director, Gilbert M. Dominguez. Director, Daniel Paddock. Camera operators, Anthony Stewart, Remington King, Patrick Wells, and Paul Town. Office manager, Lynn Dominguez. Remote facilities by Commander 2. Technical equipment by Grass Valley when the world is watching. Accounting by Francis Cinto LLP, voted Nevada County's best. Player of the game, Bill Slade and Sons Trucking. Scoreboard sponsors, Suds Brothers, Car Wash, and American Pride Detailing. And Commander Maintenance by Reeby's Auto Parts, Plaza Tire, and Auto Service. So for the entire Touchdown Productions team, this is Jim Adams, Gil Dominguez, and Paul Brown saying good night from Hooper Stadium, where the Miners have posted their first victory of the season, 27-10. Good night, everybody.